He was alone in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. His boat was gone, his body broken, his only companion sharks. For 76 days, he drifted, with no rescue, no food, and no one even knew he was missing. This is the true story of Steven Callahan, the man who fought the sea and lived to tell the tale. Steven Callahan was not an ordinary man. He was a dreamer, an adventurer, an engineer, and above all, a man in love with the sea. At 29 years old, he built his own boat, a 21-foot sloop called the Napoleon Solo. His dream? To cross the Atlantic alone. In 1981, he set off from Rhode Island to England. After minor repairs in Spain, he decided to attempt the crossing from the Canary Islands to the Caribbean. It was supposed to take 3 weeks. Instead, it turned into a nightmare. On the 6th night of his voyage, the ocean turned violent. A storm rolled in. Waves taller than houses slammed into his small boat. And then, in the darkness, boom, an explosion. He never saw what hit him. Maybe a whale, maybe debris. But water flooded the cabin instantly. The boat was dying. Steven scrambled to grab anything he could, a survival bag, food rations, a spear gun. And then, he climbed into a tiny rubber raft, just 6 feet long, with a small plastic dome as shelter. The Napoleon Solo sank into the darkness, and Steven Callahan was alone. At first, he thought it would be a few days. He had an emergency beacon, but back then it didn't send GPS signals. No one heard it. No one was looking. He had 1 bag of food, a few cans of water, and a solar still to purify seawater. But the sun was brutal. The raft leaked air every day. He had to pump it constantly just to stay afloat. Every night the ocean was a new terror. Sharks circled the raft. Fish thumped against the rubber floor. And rainstorms came without warning. His body weakened. He lost weight, over 45 pounds. Saltwater boils covered his skin. His bones stuck out. But his mind stayed sharp. Steven started tracking time with makeshift tools, counting days by the stars and sun. He repaired the raft with patches and tape over 30 times. He learned to fish with a homemade spear. He caught flying fish that landed in the raft. He harvested rainwater. He fought off hallucinations. One day a cargo ship passed by. So close. He stood up, waved, screamed, but it didn't stop. They didn't see him. Hope shattered, and still, he refused to give up. "You don't die all at once out here," he wrote in his log. "You die in pieces." Steven began talking to himself, to birds, to the ocean. He gave names to the fish who swam beneath him. He played mental games to stay sane. He wrote notes in case someone ever found his body. But he also dreamed of bread, of warm soup, of his family. He said it was the memory of his loved ones that kept him alive. On day 60, he saw land in the distance, but it vanished again into the fog. Was it real? Was he hallucinating? Then, on day 76, he saw a tiny fishing boat off the coast of Guadeloupe. He waved. They saw him. They came. Steven Callahan was pulled aboard, barely able to speak, walk, or eat. His feet were infected. His skin looked burned. He hadn't bathed in nearly 3 months. But he was alive. Doctors were shocked. Survival experts said his story was nearly impossible. But Steven Callahan had done it. He became a symbol of willpower, of human resilience, and of how far the mind can go when the body wants to give up. Steven Callahan wrote a book about his experience called Adrift. But his real legacy isn't just about survival. It's about what it means to fight for every breath, to keep going, even when no one is watching, even when no one is coming, because sometimes you save yourself. If this story touched your heart, please like the video, subscribe to the channel for more true survival stories, and share it with someone who needs inspiration today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next story.